Module 5 on closing suppliers. Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Brooke Hiddink, and I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur located in Dubai. I'm originally from Toronto. Today, we're going to be doing Module 5 of my completely free high-ticket e-commerce YouTube course on closing suppliers for your store. I'm going to be giving out thousands of dollars of free value throughout this course in this video. So if you take any value from it at all, please hit subscribe and please share this video with any friends and family that you think would take value from it. Please like the video. If you have any questions or comments about anything that we covered today, put them in the comment section below and I'll answer any and all comments. Without further ado, let's get right into the video on Module 5, which is closing suppliers. So, first things first, by this point, we're just going to have a quick review of the previous modules. So module 1 was business setup, get everything administratively set up, get your company set up, bank accounts, everything that way so that you're good to go. Module 2 is on selecting a highly profitable niche in 2023. I'll link all these below that you can go watch if you haven't watched them yet. Module 3 is on closing suppliers, and module 4 was on building your demo store. So by this point, you should have your business set up properly. You should have selected your niche. You should have done supplier research and found all the suppliers within your niche, and you should have built your demo store. Just a refresh from module 3 on the characteristics of an A+ supplier. We want them to have a very high price point, over $1,000, ideally over $3,000. We want to have strong margins, definitely above 20%, ideally above 30%. We want them to strictly enforce minimum advertised price, which protects your margin. So all stores selling the products have to list at the same price. We want to have existing brand demand, which means customers are already searching for that brand's products. And number 5, we want to have minimal competition and minimal stores selling them. If you have excellent suppliers on your store, you're going to have an excellent business. It's as simple as that. It's by far the most important part of the high-ticket dropshipping business model. So it's essential that you watch this carefully, watch to the very end, and make sure you do everything you can to close the best suppliers in your niche, because it's literally the most important thing that you'll do. From module 3 on supplier research, you'll have remembered, we will have put a sheet together that looks like this, and you're gonna have all of your competitor stores and all of your suppliers here on the sheet. So what I'd like you to do now is I want you to add 5 columns to the sheet. It should say phone 1, phone 2, email 1, email 2, and apply online. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting the contact information for all of the brands on your sheet. You'll have the research done on them from the previous video. So put all those contact information files there. That's the first thing. And then there's multiple ways to find contact information. So ideally, we want to find a decision maker's contact information. So the head of marketing, the head of sales, the head of e-commerce, the founder and the CEO, someone who can make a decision and let us become an authorized retailer of their products. You can't find anyone's contact information that's a decision maker. You can always just contact the brand's general line or their general email, but that will convert significantly less than if you find a decision maker's contact information. So you should do everything that you can to find a decision maker, someone high up in the company's contact information, and contact them directly. That will go far beyond just contacting the general line. So don't take the easy way out here. Do the harder thing. Call the decision maker, because it will pay off for you down the line. After you've added the 5 columns, we're going to go through 2 ways to find decision maker contact information. Then we're going to go through 1 way to go through and just find the general brand helpline. So the first way is using a tool called Apollo. So in this example here, I'm going to show you how to do this. So the first step is to Google the brand name, product type. So I'm going to be finding contact information for alfresco grills. So the first thing is to go to Google and type in alfresco grills. And then what we want to do is we want to find the domain of that website. So you can see it's alfrescogrills.com here. Take alfrescogrills.com, go to apollo.io or other similar tool. And what you can do in Apollo is you go to company, and you want to include list of companies and just put alfresco grills, just like that. Then you're going to save and search, and it's going to tell you everyone on LinkedIn or wherever else Apollo scrapes data from that is from alfresco grills that has that end of email. So we can see here we have a customer service rep and procurement. So these do not look like the ideal decision maker. They're not the founder and CEO. They're not the head of e-commerce. They're not the marketing director, but they're still specific people at this company. So I'd recommend that you contact these people over the general line and ask them if they can connect you with the right person about becoming an e-commerce dealer. This is going to be better than just calling the general line. So what you would do here is, okay, so it actually does not have an email for this person, unfortunately. Usually it will say the email there, but if not, that's okay. But that's how you would look. If you can't find anything there, so if you cannot find any one of these labels like head of marketing, e-com, whatever, it's still likely better to call that person than the brand's general line. But here there was no email, which is fine. If you find the email for that person, you're going to then enter it in the sheet. or a phone number. You're going to enter it in the sheet here, in the columns that you created. If you can't find it using Apollo, the next step is go to LinkedIn. So what you want to do is go to LinkedIn and you want to type in the company name here. So you want to search in the search bar, and then you want to filter by companies. And you're going to see Alfresco Grills. There's 313 followers. And what you want to do is click See All Employees. There you go. And then these again are people that you would want to contact about becoming an authorized retailer of their products. And if they're not the head of e-com, if they're not the sales director, ask them if they can put you in touch with somebody who is. But these people would all be more favorable to contact over just the general line, which we're going to cover next. So same thing, go to LinkedIn, go to the search results, put the company's name, find people who work at the company. And again, if you find information, you're going to enter that in your contact sheet. And lastly, if you can find any decision maker's contact information using the first two methods, the third method is going to be finding the brand's general helpline. So all you'll do is go back to the first website that you originally found, and you want to find a phone number on here somewhere or an email. So what I would recommend is go to Contact Us at the bottom, and there's a phone number that you can call toll free, and you can actually just contact them right here by email. So I would put the phone number and the email in your sheet here that you found. So that is how you find contact information. Like I said, you want to find the decision maker's contact information using Apollo, another tool like that, or LinkedIn. Another tool is hunter.io. If you can't find anything using Apollo or LinkedIn, then you can find the general brand helpline. Once you actually have all the contact information, I recommend doing this in about tranches of 25. So source 25 brands' contact information, try and close at least 10, get the 10 on your store, then reach out to 25. This is an ongoing process for the rest of your store's life. You're never going to stop adding brands. You're never going to stop trying to close suppliers. Once you get the first 25, you can actually start your outreach. And at this point, I recommend you create a pitch deck. So most people, what they're going to do is they're just going to email the brand's general helpline. They're not going to get a response, and they're going to just keep doing that over and over again, and it's never going to work. They might close some suppliers, but you want to go above and beyond in every single aspect that you can. So I recommend you create a pitch deck. You can just Google pitch deck examples. I know Canva has some excellent ones that you can use. You want to introduce yourself. You want to introduce your brand, your core values, what you're trying to do, your marketing strategy. Talk about Google ads, Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, SEO, content marketing, email marketing, and really talk about your vision for the company. Because most people using dropshipping are just trying to make a quick buck. They're not trying to put any effort actually into the business. So if you can go above and beyond and show them that you're serious, that will go a long way in them willing to work with you. So create a pitch deck, introduce yourself, your brand, some core values, your marketing strategy. And then I would recommend you record a Loom video with yourself on the PowerPoint going through and actually speaking to them. Look up business proposal pitch decks online just for some examples, but it's really up to you to make that look nice. So after you've done that, you're going to put the 25 contact information that you got into a CRM. Essentially, that is a customer resource management tool. So then you can essentially put them in columns. You'll label them as not contacted, called, follow-up email, closed, or follow-up in 1 to 2 months. And then you're going to put each brand in there, and as you actually start doing your outreach, you're going to track at what stage of the process they are all in at all times. I recommend that you call suppliers. You're going to have a way higher chance of closing them, and I'll tell you how to use your pitch deck in a minute. So I recommend you call them, and this is going to give you the highest likelihood of success. You should say, "Hi, I'm Brooke. I'm the founder of brand XYZ. I was doing some research and I think that we would have a ton of success selling your product line." So you have to lower the ask. Don't ask, "Hey, can we sell your product?" Say, "Hey, would you be open to hearing about our marketing plan to see if we would be a fit working together?" They're much more likely to say yes to that than, "Hey, can we sell your stuff?" At this point, outline your marketing strategy. Talk about Google ads, Facebook ads, the ones that everyone else does, but also focus on email marketing, SEO, content marketing, and really emphasize the fact that you're going to be exposing their brand to customers that they would not be exposed to otherwise, because that at the end of the day is what the brand wants. Be personable. Ask them where they're from. If they're from Pittsburgh, ask them how the Steelers are doing. Ask them if they have kids. Just be a likable person. If you're likable, they're much more likely to want to work with you. When you call them, we'll likely conclude with them saying something along the lines of, "Sounds great. Please send me an email with your business information and I'll follow up with you there." At this point, that is when you want to send them the pitch deck that you've made. So you'll then say, "Hello. It was an excellent chatting with you. I put together a pitch deck outlining myself and our brand a little bit more with the pitch deck attached. Please let me know the next steps to become a dealer of your products. Thank you, your name." This is going to be the highest likelihood that you close a brand. If you call them, you make that personal connection, you're likable, you actually introduce yourself, you explain your marketing strategy, and then you go above and beyond and you follow up on email with them with a pitch deck made. That is going to give you the highest likelihood of closing these brands. And if they say no, just politely follow up every 2 weeks. Just, "Hey, are you taking on dealers at this point?" And just be very polite about it, be likable, and you will be able to close all of them over time. So as I said, relentlessly follow up. It's important that you follow up every 2 to 3 days until you either get the information to become an authorized retailer and put their products on their website, or no, follow up at a later date. And if you get follow up at a later date, then follow up with them every 1 month, every 2 to 3 weeks after that. Track all of the communications that you have with every brand in your CRM so you can see exactly the status of everything that's going on. If you have 50 brands in there at once, it's going to be confusing. So it's absolutely essential that you actually track everything. Over the course of a year, you should be able to close all the suppliers in your niche if you follow the directions that I gave you in this PowerPoint. So that's it for Module 5 on closing suppliers. It's not a perfect science. So if you want to email them and then call them, that works too. If you want to call them and then email them, that works too. If you want to email them and then try and follow up on the phone, and then after that send in your pitch deck, it's fine. It's not a perfect science, it's an art. The key is to be relentless, be personable, be likable, and don't take no for an answer, but do that politely and respectfully. Suppliers are the key to your store. So generally speaking, the harder it is to close a supplier, the less competition you will have to face for that supplier's products. The goal should be to get at least 10 suppliers closed and 5 of them on your store before you move on to the next module, which is going to be onboarding suppliers, and after that, launching your ads. But for now, close as many as you can and try and close at least 10. Happy closing. Thank you for watching the video. Module 5 on my free, completely free high-ticket dropshipping course on YouTube. Module 5 on closing suppliers is now complete. Thank you for taking time out of your wonderful day. If you've taken any value from this video at all, please hit subscribe. Please like the video. If you have any questions on any of this stuff, put them in the comments section. I'll answer any and all comments. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I'll see you in Module 6 on onboarding your suppliers' products. We'll see you then.